then now we're questioning the culture, and he doesn't call plays. What value does he really add? But he won.
All right, I found this interesting. This was on the Fox pregame show, and Sean McVay joined the show and was asked his thoughts on Nick Sirianni.
It's such a blessing to be in these games and enjoy the moment. Just be able to relish it, embrace it. And that's what you're looking to see from, Sirianni. I think he's the most disrespected coach in the league for a guy that's making his second Super Bowl appearance. He's made the playoffs all 4 years of his tenure. He's got an authentic energy that I think his players feed off of him. There's a toughness, there's a style of play that you see from these guys. That's why they're in this position to be able to go win one tonight.
Do you agree with Sean McVay that Nick Sirianni is the most disrespected coach in the NFL?
I think, again, that it comes with reason. There is rationale there. We documented that, with a loss in one of those early round games, a lot of people would say, look, he's reading a book on the sideline, A.J. Brown. He's yelling at the crowd in the middle of the season.
Big Dom's got a headset connected to somebody upstairs in the press box.
And then now we're questioning the culture, and he doesn't call plays. What value does he really add? But he won. So now you got to give him credit. So I don't know if he's disrespected, but he's going to get his contract extended, isn't he?
Oh, you think so, right? Because it looked like he was on the outs after last year, and now all of a sudden
he was one of the top 3 or 4 guys predicted to be the first coach to lose his job last year.
I bet you he had better shorter odds to be fired at the start of the season than Eberflus did. If I had to go back and look at the odds, I bet he did.
I think you're right.
And this ebbs and flows so drastically. 1 minute Tomlin is looked at as he's the best there is, and he never has a losing season. But then you talk to Steeler fans, and they're like, well, he hasn't won a playoff game since 2016. Mm-hmm. And so it just depends on how you look at these things.
Look, I think when you go to 2 Super Bowls in 3 years, 3 years or 4 years?
3 years. 2 years ago.
And you win one of those 2 Super Bowls, you deserve credit. So, I understand why people were questioning, but
who else is in that?
Disrespected coaches?
Yeah, like
category?
Who else is this? If you're disrespected, that's a term that a lot of people probably diss you.
Said you are better than people acknowledge.
Yeah,
would you put Sean McDermott in that conversation?
That's a good question.
A really good one. If you listen to Carmen.
Mike McDaniel.
I was just thinking him too, yeah. McDaniel's another good one.
But is he one?
No, he has not. I don't think he won a playoff game.
So is he the most disrespected, or is he more sizzle than steak? Yeah.
Well, I don't think he's the most disrespected, but I think is people
properly critiqued? That's a great question, Tyler.
By the way, Sean McVay, I'm a huge Sean McVay guy. Doesn't he sound a little bit like John Gruden with a higher pitch? Maybe after a little bit of helium? He's John Gruden on helium. I think is what he is.
Helium.
Well, yeah, no, there's definitely, remember, he worked for John Gruden for at least 1 year, maybe 2.
His voice.
I know, but I think part of it is
his same kind of delivery.
He's taken on the cadence after having worked for him.
John Gruden on helium. Better coach than John Gruden, I think.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if this guy's disrespected or maybe not given enough credit, but what Todd Bowles has done in Tampa Bay, he's really overachieved.
4 straight?
3 years.
Yeah, that's a good
Division
one.
Titles?
It's a good one.
I guess it kind of depends how you define disrespected.
I think Mike McCarthy's in that boat, like someone that we debated heavily for the Bears job.
Yeah.
His record is good. Yeah.
And I think the other part, too, about Sirianni is I get that he had duds the last year, but he's hired some good coordinators.
And some bad ones.
And some bad ones, but, how long has he been there? 4 years now?
And
he's hired Steichen, Gannon, both of which have gone on to be head coaches, Fangio and Kellen Moore.
Kellen Moore's going to be the head coach of the Saints.
Like, don't
That's
get me wrong,
interesting.
there's been some bad ones in there, but he's hired some and how hard is it to hire good coordinators in the NFL? I think we've seen that.
Who's going to be their guy now?
Their offensive coordinator?
Yeah.